For millennia, pestilence has been one of the most feared diseases of mankind. Its devastating impact in the Middle Ages, with the famous Black Plague, left an indelible imprint in the history of Europe. However, long before rats and fleas played their lethal role in medieval cities, another type of plague, older and more mysterious, was silently running through the vast steppes of Eurasia. I invite you to subscribe and give like if you are interested in the history of diseases. Today, we will explore a new discovery that changes our understanding of the plague and its transmission throughout history. A new study published in the magazine Cell, led by an international team, has found DNA of plague in the remains of a sheep 4,000 years ago. This finding, made in the archaeological site of Archaeum in Russia, provides evidence that the plague of the Bronze Age infected not only humans, but also domesticated animals. This discovery changes the focus of how we understand the plague. It was not just a human problem, but a transmission network involving animals, shepherds, and possibly unknown natural reservoirs. The history of the plague is more complex than we thought. The tooth of the sheep, belonging to the Sintashta culture, is key to understanding this phenomenon. This society of shepherds warriors inhabited the Eurasian steppes between 2000 and 1600 BC. Known for its mastery of the horse and the metallurgy of bronze, its lifestyle played a role in the expansion of the plague. Thanks to ancient DNA sequencing techniques, researchers have been able to detect a partial genome of Yersinia pestis in the genetic material of the sheep. It is the first time that this bacterium is recovered in a non-human animal of prehistory, expanding our knowledge of its hosts. This type of plague belongs to an ancient strain known as the Late Bronze Age lineage. Unlike the medieval plague, this variant was not adapted to be effectively transmitted through fleas. This raises an enigma about how it could expand through such a vast territory for more than 2,000 years. The new hypothesis suggests that the plague of the Bronze Age could have been transmitted through a more complex system than the simple interaction between humans. Domestic animals such as sheep and goats would have acted as biological bridges in the transmission chain. Although the sheep was probably not a natural reservoir of the pathogen, it could have acted as an intermediate host. This contrasts with the traditional narrative of plague as a disease linked exclusively to humans or urban rodents. The Bronze Age was not only an era of technological innovations, but also of profound demographic and social changes. The cultures of steppes developed highly mobile life forms, carrying with them not only their herds, but lethal bacteria as well. The DNA of Yersinia pestis found in the sheep is almost identical to that found in humans of contemporary cultures. This suggests that the disease was actively circulating in pan-Eurasiatic contact networks, facilitated by the mobility of domestic animals. This study represents a turning point in the history of diseases. It invites us to rethink how the first human pandemics were linked to the emergence of intensive livestock farming and pastoral mobility. The history of humanity is intertwined with that of animals and the microbiology that accompanies us.